Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today is the much awaited review on the Netflix adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, this is going to be a super honest review, and I know a lot of people want me to probably sugarcoat it, but I'm not. I'm going to be real. This is my favorite show of all time, the original, the animated version. So I'm going to be very honest with what I have to say. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you can get out. So first and foremost, we are going to talk about the best parts of the show. I would like to give a shout out to all the actors. First of all, they did a pretty good job for their ages. Of course, they're not going to be tremendous actors already, but pretty experienced for how old they are. Not going to lie, it did seem kind of like, these are kids acting. So yeah, there's that. But I mean, you're going to expect that from young actors. So nothing horrible against the actors at all. The writers, though, the director, and everybody else in the background, those are the guys who really fuck this show up. Now, I'm going to stick on the good for now, and we're going to move on to the bad later. But just off the good, everything looks good. The CGI looks pretty good. Like I said, acting is decent. Not horrible, not very hard to watch, but CGI is very good. Acting is okay. Now that I think about it, I think those are the two things that are actually remotely good in this show. The only thing that's really amazing is CGI. That's it. That's literally it. The CGI and maybe the looks of the characters. But the acting is decent, but I don't know. They really did really bad at this show. Of course, it still got its numbers, so they got what they needed to do. But the writing and accuracy was kind of horrible, in my opinion. But starting off on the CGI, Momo and Appa look very accurate. I'll give you guys that. They look a lot better than the movie version. So yeah, there's one. Daniel Day Kim did very good as Ozai. Boomy looks like Boomy, kinda, but yeah. Kyoshi looks pretty good. That was pretty good as well. Roku looks like Roku. He doesn't really show up, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The CGI for the Spirited Away episode was very good. It was Ko and the other spirit, forgot the name, but those look very good as well. And Monkey Yatso looks pretty accurate as well. If I envisioned what Monkey Yatso looked like in real life, that would probably be him. Gran is pretty accurate. Feel like she's a little whitewashed. Feel like all the Water Tribe members should have been a little bit darker, but hey, that's all right. You have to choose the actors. You don't have to choose color actors. I get that. The Cabbage Merchant, pretty decent, I guess. You can't really mess that up, right? But somehow they did. I don't know why they decided to do this with the Cabbage Merchant, but they're like biting on the line. Every time we saw him before he had said the actual line, like my cabbages, he was, oh, this, that, like he was just halfway. They were just baiting us with the line. Like it was such a big deal. What was good about the show back then is that it didn't do that. It just said the fucking line. It isn't that serious. So that's one thing you guys shouldn't do in the next season for whatever characters you decide to do that on next. The Mechanist was pretty good, looks-wise, and his son as well. The Earth Kingdom is Indian, first of all. Earth Kingdom is very Indian. Maybe not all of them, but Mechanist and his son are very Indian. A lot of Boomy's like background and Boomy himself is literally Indian. But yeah, that was pretty surprising to see. I like it, I guess. Jet was pretty good. The storyline, we'll get into it later, of course. Yeah, no. Jet looked good though. Jet looked good. Jun or Yun, I'm not sure. The girl with the girl on top of the badger thing, forgot her name. But she looks pretty accurate, very accurate. Paku looks pretty good as well. Yue looks good. And yeah, all the characters just look good in general. Okay, I'm not mad at any of the characters' looks, except for Azula. I don't think Azula looks like Azula. Oh, and May. I don't think Azula and May look like each other. I don't think they look like what they're supposed to look like. Everybody else, though, is pretty accurate. Nothing I would complain completely on. But yeah, let's get into the details. We're going to start off kind of from the beginning and move on. But first, if you guys have not yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below what you guys want to see next. And if you're a big Avatar fan, let me know what you guys think of this Netflix adaptation. Let me know if you guys think they ruined it. I personally think that they did. But hey, subscribe, and yeah, we're going to continue this video. The first thing off the top of my head that comes up is the episode of the Kyoshi Warriors. Now, in the original, it was very good. Nothing really changed from that, besides the fact that Kyoshi, the Avatar Kyoshi, got like her own episode. Now, she doesn't really show up in the show, in the original show, like at all. There's barely any of Kyoshi. It's more of Roku leading Aang on his journey. But for some reason, they decided to give Kyoshi her own very episode, and she comes out and everything. That doesn't really happen until season 2. Now, whatever got in their heads to do that was okay. I guess she deserves it. A lot of people love Kyoshi. I think she's okay. But yeah, that was okay in my end. I don't think it really should have happened, but if it was down to making it happen and, you know, not doing it at all, then I guess doing it was a lot better. But the Kyoshi Warrior Island, Kyoshi Warriors are good. Suki, Maria Zhang, very pretty. Her acting is very good as well. I don't have anything bad to say about her. I think the whole fandom can collectively agree that she is the one and good part about this show. Perfect part, really. She's 10 out of 10 acting, looks-wise. She played Suki amazingly, and hopefully we get to see more of her in season 2. And yeah, that's probably my number one thing that they did good with this adaptation. That and like Momo and Appa, everything else is very low. The leader of the Kyoshi Warriors, oh well, it is Suki, obviously, but the lady on the island, instead of being a man like it was in the original, they turned into a woman. Now, I'm all for it being women, it being men. I don't really care which one it is. But why did you need to change it? I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. I don't think it made much of a difference, but I just want to point that out if nobody else noticed. Because I'm a big fan. I know those kind of things when I'm watching it. I'm like, hey, that didn't really happen in the show. But it's just a small detail. Next, I'm not going in any order of the episodes. I'm just going in my order of what I remember. But the next thing I can remember off the top of my head that was really bad was Boomy. The entire episode of that whole thing with Omashu and Jet and Secret Tunnel completely disrespected the original show. Those all got their own original episodes with all 3 of the characters doing all of those things together. That was the whole point of his journey. Doing those things fucking together. Seeing Jet and their crew, 1 episode. Going to Omashu, 1 episode. Finding Boomy, 1 episode. And Secret Tunnel, Cave of Two Lovers, 1 episode. What is so hard about just keeping it 20 episodes? Instead of making it 9 episodes with 50-minute at a time, make it 22 episodes like it should have been, or 23 or 24, making them 20-minute episodes as well. What was so hard about keeping that? I don't know. That's probably the worst decision they could have did. Now they're shoving it all in 1 episode, trying to do Aang over here, Katara and Sokka over here, completely fucked up the storyline entirely. Here's what went down if you didn't watch it. First thing that caught my eye, Secret Tunnel. Just off the top of your head, guess who was there? If you said Aang and Katara, you're wrong. Aang was in Omashu, figuring things out with Boomy. Katara and Sokka were in the Cave of Two Lovers together. Now, if you don't think it can get any worse, it does. They meet the band, forgot their name, that sang the Secret Tunnel song. They did that part right, got that part right with the songs, kinda. They didn't really sing Secret Tunnel first, but they came in with a different song. But we'll ignore that. Not a far-fetched detail that you have to throw in. But they're there together, and somehow they get out of the tunnel. It doesn't make any sense. If you are in love with the person you're in with, then you get out. That's when the cave lights up and lets you out. You'll find your path. You'll follow the lit path, and you'll get out. Which is why Aang and Katara get out in the original episode. They have a kiss in the dark, and they get out. What? Why do you take that out? That is the only reason Aang and Katara start their whole like love journey. You know, that's the reason they start to like each other. That is the first thing, literally. Now, that already pissed me off when I watched the show. I stopped watching the show when that happened. But then I realized I need to tell the channel about it. So I picked it up a couple days later. But that automatically, I turned the thing off immediately. One of my favorite things about the show, they completely threw out. I don't even know what to say. And then, Aang, back in Omashu alone. Now before this, they get in Omashu using Jet. Which, I don't know if you remember, Jet is nowhere near Omashu. Not at all. He is in some forest with his crew and all the members of whatever with him. We don't see Jet in Omashu at all. We get in Omashu with let's see if I can say this name, Mr. Snopalophagus III, something like that. I'll put up a picture right here. But that's how they get into Omashu. They don't get in with Jet. What would Jet know about getting into Omashu? Nothing. He wouldn't know anything. He hasn't ever been there. But they changed that completely. And then, fast forward, he meets Boomy. Boomy is, for some reason, completely pissed at Aang. Nothing like the entire show from back then, the original show from back then, where when Boomy sees Aang, he knows exactly who he is, and Aang has to figure it out. And Aang, when he figures out that it is Boomy, they love each other again. They're best friends again. And they even go like sliding down the thing in Omashu, the laundry chute or whatever shipment shoots, Amazon Prime, I don't know. But in this show, for some reason, Boomy just hates Aang for the entire episode. No matter what he says, you were gone for 100 years, blah 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 blah. What? That is not Boomy at all. Takes out all of his character, and there's no point in having him later on. Now that you did this, no point. Because no one gives a shit about Boomy if this is the first time watching this show. Nobody. Killed that whole storyline right there. Whole thing, done. Killed. Out of there. Finished. Why are you even continuing? I don't know. We move on. Now, I'm going to be jumping around all over the place here, so bear with me. We get to see Zhao. Zhao's character is played very well. I feel like he could have been taller, but that's nothing on the actor. Sorry. I feel like he should have been taller than Zuko. A lot taller, but whatever. He was played very well. Iroh was played very well as well. Sorry, as well. But Zuko, my God, I think I can name 10 people who could have played a better Zuko right now, including myself. How angry I am right now is way more angry than Zuko was in the entire show. So for some reason, this guy, no offense, Dallas Liu, I love the guy, but goddamn, he couldn't play a Zuko for the life of him. He's got everything down, the looks, the movement, the being able to flip around, do kicks, whatever. He cannot be angry Zuko. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about because everybody's making a meme about it. Him being super sassy and, you know, zesty and everything. He's not angry enough at all. There isn't a moment where I'm like, oh, shit, this is Zuko. No, this is somebody else. He doesn't mention honor more than once. Tara doesn't mention her mom dying more than, I think, once as well. Or not at all, really. In the original, they both mention honor and mom like 1,000 times just in season 1. It's just destroys what character development they have in the future. There's no development coming. This is just them already. There's nothing gonna change. No honor, no mom, nothing. Doesn't even touch her necklace like my mother. That doesn't happen. No, not at all. I will calm down. Iroh was very good. I feel like he was not as wise But it is only season 1, and we don't see a lot of wise Iroh till like season 2, so I'll bear with him. But Iroh is very good. Well, not very good. He was good, but I see the potential coming, and I think slowly in season 2, season 3, hopefully there's more Iroh being made. You know. But to move on with Zuko and the Blue Spirit. The Blue Spirit mask was probably the most accurate thing of the show, and that whole episode was pretty accurate as well. I don't see why they could make that whole episode so accurate and so pinpoint, but can't do that on every other episode. Why can't they do that for every single one and then make them separate episodes? The whole Spirit episode could have been its own thing. It took about that much time to get through the episode, so might as well give it its own 20-minute thing. But moving on. The North Pole episode. Yue looks good. The wig does not. The wig, horrible. My goodness. Whoever was in charge of costume design those days that the actor was in, fire them immediately or send them back to cosmetology or whatever school they went to. It was horrible. I can tell it's a wig. It would have been better just to dye her hair or hairspray or something, or just keep her natural color if that's the case. Shit, it would have been better to do that, because it just looks hard. It just looks stupid on her. It just looks so dumb. But the actor was good. She seemed like she was maturing into the role. It didn't seem like she was like when I say that, I mean like Daniel Day Kim is experienced in acting, whereas the younger actors are not. But Yue seems like she's right in the middle of getting experience and like not having any. Because I know she's been in a lot of other movies and a lot of other shows, so that's good on her. But she was good. Just her wig, that's about it. The chief, her dad, they chose a nice actor, very good, portrayed him very well. His hair looked real. Speaking of hair, though, the Paku and Katara fight, they did that pretty right. All except for the fact that Katara's hair isn't wet. Now, I know you're thinking, why does her hair need to be wet? It's not that important. It's just a water fight. No! It's not just a water fight. It is a fight between the sexes. Okay? Katara fights sexism and is just destroying everything that Paku has to say about her. But no. Her hair can't be wet. It's too accurate if her hair is wet. Everything was so good in that fight. The ice, the water, all looked good, all looked pretty accurate. But her hair was dry as bones as soon as the fight was done. It doesn't make any sense. This is what pisses me off the most. When I watch a movie, when I watch a TV show, and I see that there's something I could have remembered to do. And I don't do anything with movies or TV shows working-wise. I review them, I watch them, I enjoy them. But if I worked on the set that day, I would have said something about her hair being fucking wet. Why is it dry? She just got in a fight with 1,000 gallons of water. Why is her hair dry? It doesn't make any sense. Oh my god. Doesn't make sense. Moving on. Yue, like I said, was good. She has her sacrifice. That does pretty good as well. Aang turns into the ocean spirit. That was done very well. I'll give you guys props for that. You did well with that. It looks good. One thing I would say is, well, I have a lot to say about it, but one more thing about just that episode is Han's character, the one that was supposed to marry Yue in the original show, I think completely changed. Now it's a little loose in my head. I could be saying this wrong, but I don't think they said that he was going to marry Yue in this show. So they probably fucked that up too. No lie. So just be aware of that if you're going to watch the show. If you're a big fan of that, just beware. You know, I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to save you guys from this monstrosity, because in all honesty, it was just a horrendous watch. I've never been more pissed off watching a show in my life, to be honest. But that's going to cap off the review of the Avatar live action adaptation. That's all I'm going to say for now. My official ranking of the show is a solid 0 out of 10. I've never felt more disrespected in my life. This is a complete and utter garbage can of a show. If you love Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated series, you will absolutely dread watching this show. It couldn't be more disappointing as a fan. There's only one thing good about this show, and it's fucking Suki. Maria Zhang, thank you for being who you are. Everybody else, you fucking suck. Directors, need to fire them. Writers, fire them. Costume design, give them little tips. But everybody else, wow. I mean, my goodness. Hopefully I didn't miss anything that was critical. But I think that should be enough for you guys. I know I've probably been yelling for like 20 minutes. But hey, if that's what it takes to get the message across, then I will say what needs to be said. They just got renewed for season 2 and season 3. Apparently the actor for Azula has been let go. Not confirmed yet. No hate to her, but I don't think you played the part. Let me rephrase that. I don't think you looked the part. I think you played the part. I just don't think you look like Azula. I think you look more like a random Fire Nation girl. But Azula, no. I'm just going to stop, you know? I think enough has been said, maybe. Enough hate for the day, you know? I hated for about 30 minutes. And, yeah. Season 2, Season 3. We will see you guys when you see you. Hopefully you're a lot better than this. Season 1. Maybe you can get a better rating than 0 out of 10. But, my goodness, I don't think you will. The way this is going, the way they're hyping this show up, it's probably going to remain the same. Yeah, listen, I will see you guys in the next video, maybe a next review. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the movie area, in the TV show, whatever it might be. I'm sorry for yelling at you guys for 20 minutes, but it had to be said. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know your opinion down below. If you agree or not, I'd like to hear it, you know. Disagree with me, comment it down below. Let me hear you. Don't just be quiet just because you disagree with me. Let me hear you in the comments. I'll rebuttal back. You can rebuttal back. Whatever. We'll have an argument in the comments. It's good. But I will see you guys next video, whenever that is, whatever it may be. Peace.